Video where I'm going to invite Daniel Walker, one of the Triathlon Nutrition Academy athletes, in to talk about his story from absolutely no triathlon background whatsoever, like zero, to Ironman in less than 5 months, I think.
I think it was 6 months. So
6 months?
But I was injured for the first 2 months, couldn't run.
Which is just crazy. He's going to talk about, his not endurance background and why he decided that doing an Ironman from that was a good idea. Welcome.
Sorry, just fiddling around with my setup, so thank you.
You're looking good, mate. We got a side angle on Insta. We got a front facing on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, all the things. We are tech savvy here at Dietitian Approved, and you should see my MacGyver setup. I should take a photo, actually.
I should take a photo of mine too.
So why did you decide to do an Ironman off the back of absolutely no swim, bike, run? Where did that idea come from?
Well, initially I had a bit of a heart scare probably earlier on in the year, and it ended up being nothing, but sort of that one, they had to shock my heart back into a normal rhythm. And I thought,
crazy.
And when I went back and they said it's nothing, you're gone at 40. He said, I see hearts like yours at 50 and I'd say they're healthy. He goes, but you're 40, so perhaps time to make some changes. So I've always loved my sports, and a mate across the road was cycling on Zwift. So I thought, why not get into that? And I got right into that and loved the cycling side of things, and was doing that for about maybe 3 or 4 months, and was really enjoying the data aspect of that. And then from that, I had Marcus, who I coached our kids' football with. I had my 40th one night, and he said he couldn't come the night before, and he said he's doing the Melbourne 70.3. So I went down, I had my 40th, and the next morning I was feeling pretty good. So I was following him on the tracker, and I decided to go down and watch him. And when I saw him running along and what he was doing, I thought it was amazing. Then when he came across the finish line, it was great. And I'm like, okay, this is me. And I think I didn't enter the Ironman straight away, but I think I got straight into triathlon after that, but it didn't take too much longer to enter.
And that is a testament to the type of person you are, I think, as well. You're all in, you're guns blazing on everything that you do in life, whether it's training or work or whatever, which I love about you. And we've had to learn a little bit of patience in a way around nutrition education, because you joined the Triathlon Nutrition Academy program to really understand how the hell you eat for 3 sports. And I remember your email saying, like, I want you to unlock this lesson that's, 3 months down the track for me now. I want to do it now. And I'm like, no, mate, you have to wait. What did it feel like to be told no?
I don't know. You're very good at telling someone to stay patient, and we're doing things for a reason. So initially I was okay with it. There was a couple of things that we needed to get onto, and we did that in Power Hour. You said, actually, yes, these are important. We'll get onto that. I think because I signed up early, I think we did the carb load first, which I found super interesting. And then also, once I did the first module of recovery nutrition, and it instantly impacted how I was feeling, how I was recovering, and my sessions in following days, I decided that, I've paid this person this money, perhaps I should listen to her. So.
Yeah, you're talking about doing some race strategy stuff early with me, because you jumped in the early bird period, which is a really valuable bonus that I offer. That's finished now, though. Doors do close in 24 hours or less than 24 hours, 23 hours, 22 hours and 53 minutes or something like that. That close.
But it is the sort of thing where there's something key like that and we jump in Power Hour. That's where Taryn will still go through those things a little bit early where they're critical. Yep.
Absolutely. So Power Hour, if you don't know what that is, it's an hour of power online with me every week on Zoom. We have our videos off. We have videos on and our audio on. It's not like me just dictating stuff to you. It very much is a dynamic conversation that we all have together. We all learn from each other. And I think you were doing a 70.3 a month into joining or something like that. And you were doing Cairns only a few months into joining. So we got stuck into your Ironman race nutrition planning straight away, even though we don't, in theory, cover that in the masterclass side of the program until like quite deep into the program.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. So Geelong sort of happened. I was never considering doing that. And after I did, I think my first Olympic distance, and I think 3 months out from Geelong. I hadn't ran, the first time I ran 20 Ks was I think 2 weeks before Geelong. And the first time I'd run 10 Ks was 2 weeks before that, at Olympic distance. And after I did that 10, actually not the 10K run, I think after I sort of started running 15 Ks at a time. So I'm like, actually I'm in condition, I can do Geelong, and signed up. And then a month later I'm doing Geelong and having a fantastic day. So
what are some of your favorite things you've learnt about nutrition for our sport going through the program?
Yeah, for me, it would definitely be, it'd have to be recovery nutrition. It's one of the things that, and I know there's so many different things, but recovery nutrition, I'm so confident now doing that. And I know that I can back up day after day. And when I don't do it, that's where it becomes obvious that you're doing it right. Because when you don't do it, you feel so tired, you feel run down. Like I might have a 4 or 5 hour session, and if I don't do my recovery nutrition, I'll come home and be absolutely wrecked on the couch. Now I've got a 4.5 hour session tomorrow. I'll get up at 4:30 and do that, and then I'll go and coach basketball at 9:45 and be absolutely fine with it.
Yep.
So
and being able to parent after that is a key win for a lot of people in the program instead of being stuck on the couch. Yep. What's your favorite go-to recovery?
My go-to recovery, because I'm a little bit time poor, I actually go 2 cans of tuna, and I go a sort of a pre-made rice, one of the little, even just the Coles brand ones that you can heat up in 90 seconds. And then I've started now adding, bless you.
Thanks, I'm getting sick. I've been working too hard this week, getting sick.
Need more recovery nutrition.
Yeah, I do. Or sleep.
And then on top of that, so I make sure I add in some extra vegetables as well. I'll also get one of the big steam pouches, put that all in, and I'm sure I can improve that a little bit, but that'll be one where I've got time to actually eat. Other than that, and I'm even more time poor, I go to a recovery smoothie, which one of your gold nuggets
Daniel.
was putting frozen zucchini in it. You can't taste it, and you get a serve of vegetables. It's great.
Hey, thanks, Quadzy. Quadzy saying bless you.
Yeah.
Don't give away all our secrets, mate. But yes,
it was only one. It was only one. Put zucchini in.
You can put frozen zucchini in smoothies if you are watching and you want a hot tip to get more nutrients into your life. That is a good one that I teach all my athletes.
Yeah.
Okay, so sorry, I think I've finished sneezing. Hopefully, I have been burning the candle at both ends and not following my own advice this week and working too hard. But that's what happens when we open doors for the TNA program. I just get so excited, and there's so much work to do. But I'm also stoked to help lots of other triathletes with their nutrition. We have 36 masterclasses inside the program, which is a lot. We leave literally no stone left unturned when it comes to understanding how to eat for 3 sports and then applying that knowledge into practice like Daniel's done with, he knows his recovery targets, and then what do you actually put on your plate and shove in your gob to make sure you hit those in the right time frame to maximize your training adaptations. Have you got any favorite masterclasses or favorite topics that we cover in the program that have just been a total game changer for you?
We cannot go past race nutrition and making sure you're getting the right ratios, how to fuel, how to prepare your body to be able to take on that fuel. So the gut training side of things, I was already doing parts of that with eating and those sorts of things, but using some of your things, I was able to add even more in. And yeah, that's been really good. I can't give away the number one thing because I know I'll get in trouble if I say it. But yeah, my fueling strategy, I'm very happy with where that's at the moment to be able to take on a good amount of carbs. And I do mix that fueling strategy. You can't take on the same amount on the run as you can on the bike, and going through that and working out what ranges we can go in is ideal.
Yeah. So you've learned so much that you've actually built your own sports nutrition drink as a result of what you've learned inside the program.
Absolutely, yes. I'd been experimenting beforehand and sort of making up my own concoctions, which were somewhat right. But then sort of learning a lot there, it's definitely been helpful to know there's more than just one ratio that's useful, and that was definitely a gold nugget that you helped me with there. So I think welcome. one of them were in a power hour, and you said nobody makes this 1-to-1. I'm like, they do now. So,
they do now. There's a couple.
Yeah.
There's a couple now.
No, there's only one. Only one. It has to be just me.
Okay. We won't talk about it. We won't talk
Yeah.
about it. So you did no triathlon training, went straight to an Ironman in 6 months. What are you doing now? Like now that you've kind of not stopped, you definitely have not stopped, but you actually educated yourself on nutrition for this sport. You've come through the other side of the program. You're now officially an alumni. What's next on the cards for you?
We're doubling down and putting everything into practice that we learn. So, I mean, I work so hard in training on the bike, the run, and juggling all that with family. I do some swimming every now and again as well to try and put that in. But as a triathlete, I normally favour the two. I've got big goals for this year. I want to qualify for Nice, and I want to do that in Geelong. I had plans to do that at Melbourne, and the numbers were looking good, but unfortunately broke my collarbone 2 weeks out, which really only fueled me more to get better. And I think I'll be in better condition from Geelong for Geelong, barring any great setbacks. But we learned a lot about nutrition and how to then tie that into training in between Sunshine Coast and Melbourne. And we just rinse and repeat that because we know it works.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what you do because you've only really just started and you've got always big goals and you train really hard and you do fit a lot into a day. Nice is going to be awesome. We've got quite a few athletes going to Nice actually. So you'll be able to high five Kelly and Kathleen, and I'm sure there'll be a few more between now and then as well.
Yeah, that'll be great. And I did book in Busso full for the end of the year as well. So
of course you did.
Yeah. So I think I can put that one down. That's Alex Coe's fault for when he went sub 9. I was so inspired. I think I booked at that night. So thanks, Alex. You've wrote me in there.
Wasn't he meant to go sub 10 and he went sub 9?
He was, yes. Yeah, he's gone sub 9, which is phenomenal. So yeah, that got me very excited.
Okay. And what's your goal for Busso then? Are you aiming for sub 10 or sub 9 or anything like that?
I've learnt now, I learnt in Cairns that particularly with Ironman, I won't set a time goal. We do lots of extensive testing with Trivelo, so we know a range that we can finish in. But with Ironman, I'm going to tread cautiously of basically putting a time goal on it because you rock up on the day and the swim conditions are rough like it was in Cairns. You end up with a big headwind and the conditions change. So if you get your heart set on a sub 10, which I think is definitely possible for me, but something happens either way, I'm not going to make that. And I know from Cairns, I got a little bit disappointed after the event because it didn't go the way I thought it would. So I'm going to execute my race plan. And as long as I do that, I'm going to be happy.
Yeah, nice. You'll have to set the 3-tier goal structure like Erin does. She's got this like rockstar goal, a super happy goal, and a happy goal so that no matter what happens, you're still happy at the end of the day because we set such high expectations on ourselves, don't we? And it's really silly to not be proud of your effort because you've just done something that 99.9% of the population can't actually complete.
Yeah. And Ironman, it's one of those things you should never come across the line disappointed in something. But
that's right.
When you get to the back end of that marathon, I've talked to other people that have done it as well, and they're like, we had this exact same feeling, and you're not thinking rationally at that point. And it was only because I had some great advice from a mate who basically said that no matter what happens, you've done the work, celebrate as you come down that finish line. And it would have been the difference between celebrating it or running across in tears. So
yeah, silly, isn't it? So what are some of the things you've done with your nutrition that are different to how you used to eat before? Like coming from a fighting background, BMX background, the way we eat for triathlon is very different. What are some of those big things that you've changed to survive training lots of hours in a week?
Yeah, so I suppose it's probably good to go to the start where the initial reason I came to you was actually I wanted to lose weight in a sustainable way. Now we talk about improving body composition in a sustainable way. When I was in my mixed martial arts day, if I needed to lose 8 kilos, I'd cut out carbs, still train for 3 hours a day.
Yep.
And I'd lose weight. I'd lose 8 kilos in 10 weeks, make weight, and then have my fight, and it was all good. And I came in here and it was apparent pretty quickly that you can't ride for 4 hours and not take on carbs. So now I'm not scared of carbs anymore. You've taught me how to consume them, when to consume them. And now we're sort of in a phase, and it's taken a good 9 months to go, okay, now we've got the confidence to be able to start having a slight deficit at the right time of the year when I'm not training all out for an Ironman. and they're slowly but steadily starting to come off and improve that composition. At the same time, my FTP and things like that are increasing, which is important. If any of those numbers start going backwards, it means something's wrong with my nutrition.
Yeah, it's a really important message because I think a lot of triathletes want to be leaner. The power to weight ratio kind of stuff gets in our head, and everyone thinks that they're going to run faster if they are lighter, but not at the compromise of losing your muscle mass. Or like Dan just said, you need to make sure you still maintain that power too. And the only way to do that is to be much more mindful around the strategies you implement to do that, rather than just cutting carbs out, like burning the candle at both ends. You will get sick, you will get injured, and run the risk of putting yourself into low energy availability, and then getting things like stress fractures. Once you've had a stress fracture, can't remember the percentage off the top of my head, but something like 70% likely to have another one. So it's something really high. Don't quote me on that exact number.
Yeah.
So you've come a long way with your nutrition from, not having probably a lot of carbohydrate, maybe even being in ketosis sometimes, to consuming like quite a lot. And that's a big shift.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. I make sure that I smash the carbs at the right times though. And I also, and we do this we talk about periodizing our nutrition. So I don't eat the same every day. I eat based on training load. There'll be sessions. I always fuel before training, regardless of what it is. Even if it's only an hour session, I will fuel because I get more out of that session. And then I refuel after. How much I refuel is based on how hard that session was. Then I don't get super hungry at the end of the day, go and smash an ice cream from the freezer or something like that and completely blow everything out of the water. So
those snackcidents.
Yep. And they still happen. They still happen. I'm human. So
that's okay. I'm also a human as a dietitian. I'm not like, that's bad. It's as long as you're eating properly, and it's maybe an indicator that you haven't done a good job of eating throughout the day to support your training, if that is happening on the regular, which most people have no idea about.
Yeah.
Now, we have lots of components in the Triathlon Nutrition Academy program. What I've tried to do as a sports dietitian with 2 decades of experience working with age group triathletes is put the knowledge base behind it and all of the education to upskill you with everything that you need to know to support being a triathlete forever, like into your 80s and 90s if you want. But also the application to then apply that knowledge to then what to eat and how to prepare your food every day and how to be organized and make sure it happens rather than it be an afterthought. So we're much more proactive with our nutrition in the TNA program than reactive. You're a very busy human, Daniel. What are some of the things that you do on the daily or the weekly to make sure the right nutrition happens at the right time, despite the madness of being a business owner and training for 3 sports and being a family man as well?
Yeah, so I'm still not perfect. We constantly try to get better. Our main family meal, normally that is what it is. They're generally fairly healthy, but the boys, I've got young boys, they love their pastas. So I just normally regulate how much pasta I'm eating depending on the load for the day. Other than that, my day-to-day nutrition outside of that is fairly good. Most of the time I'm waking up, fueling my morning session, then I'm refilling after that. So I've got basically those 2 dialed. So then it's only lunch. And depending on the session, it depends on what lunch I have as well. So for me, it hasn't really been too hard to organise. If I want to go to the next level again with my nutrition, and that's off the back of me, I have the information to do it. I need to get a little bit more organised and prepared. And I think Callie has it absolutely dialed. And I think he's one to look up to start improving further again. Yeah.
He's retired and doesn't have small children though, but he doesn't have a wife to cook for him though either. He has to do it himself.
Yep, right. So.
He's in the more chilled out phase of life, I think, where you've just got all this time and he's loving it.
Yeah. I could imagine with all that in, you can make big breakfasts and lunches and all those sorts of things.
Have a nap if you want to, get all your house jobs done. Yeah, living the high life. We've got a few more years of hard work left ahead of us, I think, Dan.
Yep.
Before we can do that.
Not too many. Hopefully we can just retire and do triathlon the whole time.
Oh, sounds good. Pro hours. So what would you say is your favourite part about the TNA program?
My favorite part is, I mean, it's definitely the tools and resources we get given, so that once you learn all these things, we'll have Excel spreadsheets on carb loading. So we get the right amount of fiber, or not eating fiber, for example, and then carbs and fats as well. And you can go through and really dial that in by entering in exactly what you plan on eating. And sometimes it shows that you're actually consuming too much fat, for example. So you go back and you might cut out, I think I saw someone cut out an egg or two or something like that, and that was able to bring that down within range. So that's a really great tool. Now that I've finished and I'm in the alumni program, we've got the AI meal planner, which is working quite good. You sort of punch in your figures and what you've got training, and it sort of suggests plans for you, which that's very helpful as well.
Yep,
and it's also a good cross check, and it's nice and quick.
Yeah, I almost forget about that. It's not something I talk about on the front end, is how to automate all of your nutrition and calculate your requirements for you, and then it tells you specifically what to eat, which is like a big part of trying to dial it in as a triathlete, because your requirements are different every day. They're not the same. And I prefer to teach you how to do that practically first. And then we definitely have tools to help automate that for you as well. So it's super easy.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, I often don't use exactly what it says. I just go, okay, I know that equals this, and I'll do my thing with that. So it's good for sort of structuring and saying you should have a pre-ride snack. Like a lot of the times it'll say you don't need a pre-snack when I wake up in the morning. I know that I do. So I have that. So
yeah, because you have the knowledge to take that information and go, I see what you're saying, but I'm going to disregard that because I know for my body, I need this. And I think that is really important, because there is AI, everything, there's apps telling you what to eat. There are so many things that you could do, but you need to have the ability to sense check that and go, well, hang on a minute, that's not right, or that's not going to work for me. And I did that, but I felt rubbish, and now I know why and what to manipulate to make it better, rather than just blindly following something and really having no idea if it's doing the right thing for you or not. I actually did an entire podcast episode on that topic, because I feel very passionately about teaching triathletes the right way to do things rather than just blindly following stuff. So you can go and listen to that episode. It's maybe 3 back if you don't listen to the Triathlon Nutrition Academy podcast already. Yeah. Dan, thank you so much for. Oh, you go.
Oh, I was just going to say on the chat GPT side of things, like I want to give a great example where it can be a good guide for things, but it can also basically destroy you. So in Melbourne at the moment, we've got a jellyfish issue, and we went out swimming, and I sort of put into chat GPT, we've got these jellyfishes. Do they sting? They're red in color. And it's going, no, they're just blubbers. They're not lion's mane ones. Turns out they're all the lion mane ones that sting you. So it will confidently tell you that it knows what it's doing. And sometimes it just completely lies and hallucinates.
The problem is it gives an answer, whether it's right or not. And you have to have the education to go, okay, that's not actually right.
Yep. That was funny. I even said that you're wrong. They're this. And it goes, no, definitely not. So yeah. It's a good one to highlight, that don't just trust it blindly.
I've seen some pretty curly things. People have brought me race plans they've built with ChatGPT, and I'm like, that's not even the right numbers here. That maths is not even right. And hey, I'm not very good at maths. And if I can pick that up, then that's, it's going to be a disaster.
Yep.
Thank you so much for joining me live, Dan. I know a lot of people are either watching live or watching back the replay, and maybe want to ask you how you do what you do. Are you happy if somebody sends you a message if they have any questions? Or you're welcome
absolutely. Reach out to me, Daniel Walker Tri on Instagram. I answer all messages on there and have some good conversations. I just love seeing people chase and achieve their goals. So I'll give everyone the time of day. So.
Yeah, awesome. And feel free to slide into my DMs if you do have any questions. We've got, what's the time? Doors close in 22 and a half hours now. So if you have been watching along all week and you're still sitting on the fence, you need to decide one way or the other and get off the fence, because your butt's probably sore. The URL to come and join us is dietitianapproved.com/academy. Or if you send me a message with the word TNA in it, I can send you the link. And hopefully we'll see you on the inside.
Okay, great.
See you at Power Hour, Dan. Thanks very much.
See you there. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.